Chapter 8. How to write the conclusion concerning the research. Lead in. The last component in the body part of an academic paper is a conclusion. The conclusion section gives meaning to and interprets the results in relation to the purpose of your study and the methods used to conduct it. The conclusion must grow out of the evidence for the findings in the body of the text. The IMRD format, that is introduction, method, results, and discussion, shows the overall structure of an academic paper. Subsequently, the 4 different sections have become identified with 4 different purposes. The introduction aims at providing the rationale for the paper, moving from a general discussion of the topic to the particular question, issue, or hypothesis being investigated. Meanwhile, it serves to attract interest in the topic from readers. The method section describes methodology, materials, or subjects, and procedures. In the results section, the findings are described, accompanied by commentary. The discussion conclusion sections give meanings to and interpret the results in a variety of ways. Authors make a series of points. IMRD is abbreviation for the names of the 4 sections. Objectives review the overall structure of an academic text, that is, IMRD format. Know the structure of the discussion conclusion sections. Learn generalization phrases to present the conclusions. Read this text about dreams and write more than 3 generalizations using the data. Example: anxiety seems to be the cause of most dreams. Here are suggested answers. Number 1. 2 common dreams are being chased and falling. Number 2. A majority have dreamed about the dead. Number 3. Dreaming about the future is quite common. Key points. This key point concerns the structure of discussion or conclusion sections. The pattern includes 5 moves: background information, summarizing and reporting key results, commenting on the key results, stating the limitations of the present study, and last, making recommendations for future research. The second and the third are obligatory moves, according to Swaves. Meanwhile, move 1 and move 4 are optional, although in some fields they are likely to be chosen. That is what the abbreviation PISF means. In most discussion conclusion sections, the majority of the space is taken up by move 2 and 3, in which writers refer first to their study and then relate it to previous work in their field. These 2 moves are considered obligatory. Language focus. Number 1. There are 2 ways of making a generalization. A. Using the plural. For example, computers are useful machines. B. Using definite article and a singular noun. For example, the computer is a useful machine. This usage is less common, but more formal. It is better to avoid absolute phrases, such as cats are cleverer than dogs. Instead, use more cautious phrases, such as cats tend to be cleverer than dogs, or most cats are more intelligent than dogs. Number 2. Levels of generalization. In the results sections, some statements may be quite specific and closely tied to the data. For example, as can be seen in Table 1, 84% of the students performed above the 12th grade level. On the other hand, in the abstract or in a summary, space restrictions may lead to a high level of generality. For example, the experimental samples resisted corrosion longer than the controls. In the discussion section, we usually expect something in between these 2 levels. A common practice is to use one of the following phrases of generality. For example, the word overall, and phrases such as in general, on the whole, and with one exception. Third, Learn the ways to express academic modesty by placing a limiting word or phrase in an initial sentence. For example, despite its preliminary character, the research reported here would seem to indicate. Summary. There is usually a link between the starting point, that is, the title, and the conclusion. If the title is asking a question, the conclusion should contain the answer. The reader may look at the conclusion first to get a quick idea of the main arguments or points. In some cases, the conclusion may be linked to the discussion section. It is helpful for the reader to have a discussion conclusion section that briefly looks back at what has been said or key results that has been reported, and make some comments about the main part or key results. Avoid using absolute phrases and learn the ways to express academic modesty.